agriculture has long been the backbone of our economy, though slowly going down, and our farmers remain among the most overlooked. They work sun up to sun down, but many still struggle to make ends meet. In the face of these challenges, one woman is leading a transformational social enterprise that empowers Filipino farmers through education, market access, and sustainable farming practices. AGREA has helped tens of thousands of farmers boost income, reduce waste, and inspire young Filipinos to see farming as a future and not as a last resort. At the heart of it all, a vision for zero hunger and zero waste Philippines. Here we feature companies that put a spotlight on sustainable initiatives. Welcome to CEStainability. Joining us now is a woman I really admire, AGREA President and CEO Cherrie Atilano. Welcome to the big story. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ces, for inviting me to be here, and it's a pleasure.
What you've accomplished in Marinduque, can that be replicated?
Yes, definitely. Actually, we went out from Marinduque already since the pandemic, because before the pandemic, we're so focused in Marinduque Island for the one island economy, trying to really work on the countryside development of agriculture. In an approach that we have 7,107 islands. So we call it, one island economy. But during the pandemic, we received a lot of requests from farmers all over the Philippines to really help us, not only in Marinduque. So during the pandemic, we were able to help around 30,000 smallholder farmers to sell their produce to the market. And now we're actually working with more than 10 farming communities, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, with our supply chain business.
So you said you just came from Payatas today. Tell us what you were doing there.
Oh, Payatas has been a beautiful part of my life since the pandemic. Sometimes we feel like we're so stuck, but then when you feel that you're stuck in your home and you still have food on the table, have access to everything, you have online access, and my company has been helping with smallholder farmers. So we keep donating vegetables in Payatas. We connected with Puso ng Ama Foundation, run by a British-Nigerian priest, Father Paul. And every time I would go to Payatas, I said, giving them fresh vegetables, not enough. Giving them food packs, not enough.
Teach them how to fish.
Yes, we need to teach them how to fish. So one of my visits, we brought 1,000 food packs. And I was almost there in the middle, being stampeded, because when people saw the food, they just rush. Hunger was really, there, present. And I said, oh, this is dangerous. We need to do something. So I requested Father Paul if there's a piece of land in Payatas that we could convert into an urban farm. So now, since 2021, we have 3 urban farms in Payatas helping 200 women. We have Garden of Hope in Payatas. We have an urban farm run by OFWs. They lost their jobs during the pandemic. They were in the Middle East. They went back home and they couldn't get back to their work. And then we also have for young mothers in Payatas with ALS program. So this little intervention in Payatas, cleaning up the garbage site. We bought organic garden soil from Bulacan just to put the soil, in Payatas, because it's not healthy to plant direct where the siltation of garbage was. So now we have 45 of these Garden of Hopes all over the Philippines run by women.
Is it just for them to eat, or do they get extra to sell?
So they get extra to sell, but when we started in Payatas, it's not really in AGREA, we have a farm school. It's actually run by my foundation, the one in Payatas. It's not you teach them to sell immediately. The urgent need is you need to eat, to feed themselves, but to aim to plant more so that you can earn income. And every time they get harvest from the farm, they save money, it means income, because saving is income. So we do financial literacy to farmers as well. And aside from that, now they're selling. They actually have bank account now. They are an association registered in DSWD. And it's so beautiful. But I think the most beautiful part of agriculture is really the people. no matter how much technology you have in agri, no matter how much, education we do, without the values formation, that we need to see the farmers as solutions of their own problem. We cannot like solve it all.
Or hindi parang ayuda.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't do ayuda because when you do ayuda, you don't have sustainability. Every year they will ask you for seeds. I was in Payatas, I was so amazed because they're now in their 12th cropping season. You're a farmer, Ces. You know this.
Yeah, pero small scale, small scale. I've been to Payatas also, and there are those who have a garden on their roofs.
Yes.
Also, but you have land.
We have land.
Oh, great.
So we have like 3 land areas in Payatas that we converted. They were former empty spaces, junk shops, for example. And some, they have owners. So we talked to the owners. We had like memorandum agreement how to use the land. So the owners are very kind and generous. They said as long as you don't build infrastructure, just for urban farm,
And what
please
is
do.
beautiful is it's in an urban area.
Yes.
It's not in, out in the outskirts, so that
Yes.
you're showing that we can do it here. No?
Yes, yes. It's really doable. And actually now, because, it expanded the inspiration to help more women, today what we launched is called Masa Gana at Masustansaya. Masa means, public. Gana means have appetite or drive to do something. At Masustansaya, it's
Ano
because
naman yan?
masustansya, nutritious,
nutrition, sustenance.
sustenance, and sustainable, and saya. It goes all to overall well-being and happiness. So we launched the store, and the products of the store actually are coming from the women farmers in the rural areas who are also part of the Women Food Producers Association. So imagine women in the urban setting like Payatas. Payatas has 1 million population in a barangay, helping women in the rural to have market access for their produce direct. So our goal is...
So mas mura pati.
Mura. Our goal is to really make sure that even if it's 1 peso or 2 pesos cheaper compared to the talipapa nearby,
Kasi puro talipapa
Yes.
doon sa Commonwealth.
that's still cheaper for them because if they go to Commonwealth, they need to pay jeepney or tricycle. That's another cost. So there, they just go to the garden, they buy, and then we also bring the produce from.
So you're making an ecosystem.
Yes, it is an ecosystem.
Cherrie, was it easy getting these women to get into agriculture and farming? Because there is that stigma, right? Na
Yes.
it's not cool, it's not sexy, you could be doing something else.
Ito na yung pinaka-sexing farmer.
Or,
We make farming sexy. 2014, right? I said like, okay, I'm here to make farming sexy.
Yeah, 11 years ago.
Yeah, I started AGREA. I said like, well, let's make farming sexy. Answering your question, Maui, it wasn't easy. When we started in Payatas, imagine, how do you teach them to plant when they don't even have food on their house? Kind of domestic violence was also very high because if there's no food, tension at home is very high. And they live in a 10 square meter house where it's really so hot, no? Ang init-init. So we did not teach them how to plant. We taught them how to dream. First question when we met the first 40 women, we said, kaya mo pa bang mangarap sa gitna ng uncertainty? Well, hindi natin alam
At
kung
ng
matatapos.
kahirapan.
Sa gitna ng kahirapan, sa gitna ng, di mo alam kung matatapos yung pandemic or buhay pa ba tayo bukas, di ba? Grabe yung iyakan namin, Ces. Yung mga women, grabe yung iyakan. But kasi nangarap sila, ngayon yung pangarap na yon, naging 45 Garden of Hope all over the Philippines. And they chose the name,
Talaga, pero nangarap ba silang magsaka? I'm sure.
Nangarap silang kumita at
Hindi
kumain.
Magkapera.
Yes. Yung pangarap talaga nila is, una, ma'am, sana may laman lang po yung kaldero namin at yung aming kusina, makakain yung mga anak. And then pangalawa, okay tita, okay, pag nakamit nyo na yan, nanay, ano na naman next? Ma'am, magkapera na para hindi na kami magbebenta ng kung ano-ano sa mga jeepney, sa mga buses, di ba? Kasi naglalako sila. Or minsan, iniiwan nila yung mga anak nila. Ngayon, sis, I'm so happy, like today I was there, and they told me, ma'am, mayroon na po kaming savings, 35,000 na po yung savings sa
Yung
grupo namin.
pan-community nila.
Yes, we teach
So
them
may
community
cooperative
savings.
sila o
Yeah,
paano?
we have an association. So we have 3 associations in Payatas. Ma'am, yung savings po namin 35,000 na. Ang dati, pag sinabi mong 2,000, parang hindi nila kayang abutin. Parang ang hirap-hirap niyang abutin. So it's very beautiful.
And through vegetables. You're
Through
proving that
vegetables.
there's money in it.
Yes.
Gulay lang, no?
And we also teach
Anong
them...
gulay muna? Ano ba?
Marami. So we started with
Pechay,
their
ganyan?
favorite vegetables and what they're
Eggplant.
usually eating. So,
Eggplant.
of course.
Sayote.
Napakaraming eggplant.
Patola.
Okra, all the sinigang ang pinatbit mix, no? And then malunggay. Kasi during the pandemic, they were given so much canned goods and noodles, right? Instant noodles. So we were able also to teach them how to eat healthier. Kasi ito yung binibigay sa inyo, lagyan nyo ng malunggayan, at least yung sabaw niya, healthy na, no? Lagyan nyo ng string beans, nagiging healthy.
Imagine, and it was a pandemic
Yes.
initiative. The pandemic actually opened doors for your organization to expand.
Yes,
ano?
yes.
Dati Marinduque lang.
Marinduque lang. Tapos, actually, sa pandemic, I think we really built a good organization. It's because it's just two things, right? You crash during the pandemic or you prosper. But I think we did good during the pandemic. It's because, when crisis happens, it's really the hunger that is pressing, and it's a problem that needs to be solved.
Well, there's still a high incidence of hunger. Ano bang advice mo? We just had Senator Kiko Pangilinan. Kaya wala na kaming sorry na kulangan ng time para sa'yo. What advice will you give him and even the president, because they will work together to help address talagang agriculture? Sayang ang potential. The potential is so huge. And you,
Yes.
who has been there for 11 years, really on the ground. Anong
Yeah.
dapat?
So,
anong
11
urgent?
plus so many years, started teaching farmers at
Ay,
12,
oo nga pala.
So, ang layo-layo
So,
na.
sige.
I think what I need to do, what I could advise is to really localize the solutions. It's not like a bottom-up approach because not all areas in the Philippines can grow like national mandate on what to plant, right? And then another one is to really empower the farmers through and through. So like, for example, I was listening to the interview a while ago. I really, of course, I like the stoppage of importation, until for 60 days. But I also like, I think, for the president and the leadership of this country to review the tariff. Just impose high tariff when the farmers are harvesting because it kills them.
Yeah.
When tariff is so little and the farmers are harvesting, bibilihin na lang ng mura sa farmers. Lugi na naman yung farmers natin. So for us, I think review the tariff for rice because it's a staple food every quarter, maybe
Tsaka
to protect
we
our
need to have
farmers.
food security. We cannot just keep importing when there's a...
Yes. So we need to
Ayaw na ba
plant.
talaga ng magsasaka magtanim ng bigas, ng palay?
Gusto na magsasaka magtanim ng bigas sa tamang presyo. At
May kikitain.
we need to really go back on how to do complete may milling na solution kasi hindi pwedeng magtanim ka wala kang meal.
Nabanggit mo rin yung supply chain. Gano'n ka-importante yun? Kasi it's one thing to plant, di ba?
Kasi yan ang success ng AGREA.
Correct.
Who is your biggest buyer?
So Dexo, we feed
really?
60,000 people daily for cafeterias of big multinational companies. So every day, 60,000 meals yung pinoproduce para magpakain ng mga BPO industries and tech giants in the Philippines. Yun yung business namin. So we ship all over the Philippines. Masaya siyang gawin. I eat stress for breakfast every day, lalo na pag may bagyo. Kasi pag hindi lalipad yung aeroplano, barko mo, hindi alis yung barko kasi malaki yung alon. O sige, mag-pray na lang
Nagdasal
tayo.
na lang tayo.
Pero imagine, you're giving this livelihood to the farmers na they can feed all these multinationals with their produce.
With
Ang galing.
direct from
Direct.
farmers to the kitchens of the big multinational companies in Makati, BGC, and Quezon City.
Farm to cafeteria.
Yes. We
So
call it
inspiring.
workforce nutrition.
Okay. Cherrie, we could chat all day because you're so inspiring. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
More power to you.
Yeah.
That was Cherrie Atilano of AGREA.